Hello everyone, let's take a quick tour of the course portal. This course is on a new version of Blackboard called Blackboard Ultra. Some of you may be familiar with the old version of Blackboard, now called Blackboard Original. To quote every automatic entrance service that you've ever heard, listen carefully because some options have changed. Ultra is intended to streamline and simplify portal interface, but it requires some adjustments. So without further ado, okay, what we have here is we have current courses. Right now I'm actually recording this during the summer so I could be ready for the fall. So to get to the course, I flip over to upcoming courses, and this is our course right here. Okay, one of the things I have available is I have a student preview, so if you have a question for me, I can see what you see. You notice that you have these little dots here, and these basically allow you to track your progress. I'll demonstrate on this first folder. Okay, for the first folder, this is the Start Here folder. This is intended to be general information for all CSU students, and this should be mostly the same for all the courses you take. The first little item on this, the important information, you notice it tells you things like use the right browser, and it has all of these short little tutorials. None of these are over 3 or 4 minutes. And maybe it may be 10 minutes total. It also has a reference on using the library. It also has tech support, and it's got incidentally we have a separate lead for that also. And it also references the course information folder for items that are particular to the course. Okay, Blackboard Help. This is basically tutorial for the Ultra Course View. Make sure it says Ultra Course View and not Original View, otherwise you might not get what you're expecting. Okay, Tech Support. This is where you can submit a help ticket called a case to the Charleston Southern University IT division so that they can help you with various computer matters. Okay, accessibility and privacy. This is just telling us how we're compliant with accessibility and privacy requirements. Okay, student handbook. If you have not read the student handbook through once, get your glass of tea or your beverage of your choice. I recommend you read through it at least once. Okay, CSU Writing Center. They told me about this. My first reaction was, where was this when I was going through college? This writing center helps you with writing. They have tutors that can help you with various writing assignments. Now, we have an ethics paper coming up, and I'd highly recommend engaging them for that. They will ask you to type a paper in audience, and you will need to tell them it's a formal paper intended to set up a managerial chain. Okay, it shows how to make an appointment at the Writing Center. When you go in there, bring my assignment with you and explain it to them, and they should be able to help you get it set up. Like I said, where was this when I went to school? Okay, you have, in addition to the Writing Center, you have a Learning Center. Now, the Writing Center was specifically on writing in English. The Learning Center is support and tutoring on various subjects. In addition to the tutors available through the Learning Center, I will provide a list of tutors that have let us know that they will tutor computer science. Okay, under that you have the CSU library. You know, library is always an excellent way to start with a lot of projects. And you have the CSU student community. Basically, this is where you go through for technical assistance with a variety of things. You have Blackboard here. You want to have the Ultra guides to use for this course. For your other courses, you can use the original guides. You have Zoom help, and you have Kaltura, and which I'll mention in a minute here. Um, you have Office 365, Atlas, and a couple of other things available. Okay, you notice while I'm doing this, I get these what I call smiley faces. What they are, they say I've partially completed this. Now, if I'm tracking, I can say, yeah, I'm done with this, I'm done with this. If I say I'm done with all of these, it will automatically say that I'm done with the first folder. So you can keep track of what you've had and what you have not had. Okay, let's go to course information. Okay, for the course information, hit the drop down here. This is another thing new about nice about Ultra is you can open up folders and you can see what's going on with them. Okay, first of all, we have the instructor contact information. It has my email, it has where I work, it also has my office hours. I tried to make that easy, 2 to 4 p.m. Monday to Thursday. It has a little introduction video with a short bio of me should you be interested. Okay, we have the course syllabus. And let me expand that just a little bit. Okay, this robot, the robot's going to be your textbook, it's going to be your workbook, it's going to be everything. All other materials will be through the course. Okay, you'll see these weekly objectives and tasks. An academic week is one to where we meet at least once. If we do not meet at least once during that week, it is not counted an academic week. Okay, and there's 14 of them, which is roughly how many study weeks, how many new material weeks we have in the semester. Okay, you have some things on academic integrity. Basically, this is not a closed book test. If you got a question, ask me and I'll either be able to answer it or we'll puzzle it together. Attendance policy, this is an on-ground course. This is an in-person course. It's meant for you to actually be here. Any students that miss 25% of course meetings will be a grade of FA failure due to absences. Now, if you have documented absence such as a school function or doctor's excuse, they do not count. And I will basically tell you that out in industry, if you're absent one day out of every 4 for various reasons, that's going to raise their eyebrows too. Now, if you have a special circumstance, please feel free to reach out to the Student Success Center. So there's some things like I had some students that were undergoing treatment for cancer or they were pregnant and they had special considerations. They were able to help out with that. Okay, and let's see what else there is in this course syllabus. Okay, don't forget the evaluations. Without feedback, I never know what's going on. Okay, how this course works, this may be of interest. This is a flipped classroom course. I intend for you to listen to the lectures that I've already videotaped and then come to the class with those already listened to. The idea is that we spend our class time doing what you want to help with, which is programming your robot. I came across this for many years. I was a very traditional physics professor where I lectured all the way through the lecture time and then turned the students loose on the problems. What I do now is you go ahead and look at the lectures beforehand and we spend our time either doing group exercises, what I call code-alongs, or I help you individually as you work on your projects. Okay, we got a web link here. This is a reference for MBOT. Most programmers have some sort of go-to reference they use when they are trying to look up syntax and look up how to say things in their language. This may well be yours. Okay, tutoring available. I said we had it available. As of making this tape, there was one person, Mason. There may be some later on. And what happens is these are tutors available that have said they're able to tutor CSCI 210. Okay, get Office 2016. You have this available through the free through CSU. Nothing like free software, especially Office software. Okay, Kaltura. Kaltura is the video server we have on site. It's kind of like our equivalent of YouTube. For this course, I am going to require you to record your robot doing the program, executing your program on and send me a link. You can either send me a link to YouTube, or if for some reason you can't use YouTube, talk to me about that and we can set you up on Kaltura. Okay, as far as an actual typical week, let me skip down. I'll tell you the first couple of weeks. This is Introduction to Computer Science through Robotics, and the first 2 or 3 weeks are actually a Introduction to Computer Science itself. It also gives you some time to make sure you have your robot. Week 3, everybody should have their robot, and I have a little place that we can run them to make sure they work. Week 4 will be your first program, and this will also be fairly typical for the weeks that you will have. You'll have an introduction, which I will tell you what's going on that week, what the learning objectives are, read and study. You have a whole series of videos. You also have the Adventures of Lightning McBot. Lightning McBot is my robot, and this is kind of a continuing series as he and I go through this course ourselves. Now, the other thing you have important, you have the Due This Week file. Those are usually due on Saturday at midnight. And for your first assignment, will have you write a program that will turn the robot's lights purple. Okay, and here's the assignment specifics. Okay, first of all, you have to install the MBot, and it'll program on your computer that shows you how to do that. Then it says to create a small program, turn the lights on. Okay, you save a copy of your code. That'll be in the mblock file. You actually turn that in here. You can just drop it into here. And the next thing you would need is to do a link to a video demonstrating your robot executing this program. Okay, so I'm going to X out of this because I don't have anything to submit. Okay, so what we've covered is we covered signing in. We've covered the progress meter. Notice I have that on some of these. We covered Start Here, which is the general information for all courses in of Blackboard at CSU. We have this course information, which is particular for this particular course. Then you have a typical week. I hope this is helpful. Talk to you later.